I was walking through the forest. It was dark and cold, so I made sure to bring my cloak. The trees creaked softly in the wind as I moved deeper between them. That's when I saw him. A boy, no older than me, lying on the ground. He was naked and beaten, looking injured and exhausted. Barely conscious. My chest tightened with pity. Then I heard his voice. "Please, help me." I jumped slightly, startled, before quickly stepping closer. I took off my cloak and wrapped it around him. "Thank you," he whispered. Then he collapsed in my arms. Panic hit me for a moment, but I forced myself to stay calm. I carefully lifted him and carried him back to my home. My mother and father were there when I arrived. Without asking many questions, they helped me clean his wounds and lay him somewhere safe to rest. As I watched him sleep, I couldn't shake the feeling that this boy wasn't just someone I happened to find in the forest. The next day, my mother was in the kitchen making food, while my father sat nearby sharpening weapons. I glanced over at the boy. He looked kind of cute. I smiled to myself, then quickly looked away, pretending I hadn't thought that. A few hours later, he finally woke up. I walked over to him. "Hey," I said, "if you're hungry, my mom made food." He slowly sat up, confused. Where am I?" "Oh, you're in Ravenhollow," I replied. The moment I said it, fear flickered across his face. I frowned slightly. Then I watched as something impossible happened. A weapon formed in his hand out of thin air. My eyes widened. That's when I realized it. He was one of us. "Oh, cool," I said quickly, trying to ease the tension. I lifted my hand and created a small flame in my palm. He stared at it. "Are you guys like me?" he asked. "Yeah," I said, getting a little excited now. "We are." But then his expression changed. "But, you're from the evil kingdom." "What?" I blinked. "Who told you that?" He hesitated. He looked up slowly. "Where I come from, it's called Stars Hollow," he said. "They told us your kingdom is evil." But I never believed it. After that, the tension between us faded a little. We started talking more easily, showing each other our powers like it was nothing strange at all. My mother and father looked happy watching us from inside the house, as if they were glad I had finally found someone like me. Later, we went outside, just me and him. "So," I said, "what's your name?" "It's Evander," he replied. I smiled. "Nice. I'm Zia." "Nice to meet you," he said quietly. After a while, he told me what had happened to him. I listened carefully, and the more he spoke, the worse I felt. "That's horrible," I said softly. "It's going to be okay," I added. He looked at me for a moment, then finally smiled. Later, I took him down to the stream near my house. The water shimmered under the sunlight as we walked along the edge. He stepped into the water, letting it wash over him, trying to clean off the last traces of everything he had been through. I sat nearby, watching him. He really was kind of cute. I woke up expecting to see Evander. Instead, I was greeted by silence. The memories of the past few weeks still haunted me. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw him being dragged away, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. I pushed the thoughts aside and spent the morning helping around the academy camp. Then the kingdom guards arrived. Without explanation, they surrounded me and placed me under arrest. I didn't fight. I simply followed them. They escorted me straight to King Aldrich's prison. The moment I stepped inside, he looked at me with narrowed eyes. "You broke him out of prison," he accused. "I did not," I replied calmly. "Then explain this." He pointed toward the prison cell. I walked over and looked inside. It was empty. Evander was gone. For a split second, I wanted to smile. Instead, I folded my arms. "Well," I said, trying not to laugh, "this is what happens when you lock up someone whose gift allows them to travel to other worlds." The king's jaw tightened. "Bring him back." I met his eyes without flinching. "I can't." It was a lie. I knew I could find him. But there was no chance I was leading King Aldrich to the boy I had raised like my own son. The king eventually let me go. The moment I left the castle, I knew exactly where I was going. I walked to an open field, closed my eyes, and reached for my gift. The world twisted around me. A heartbeat later, I was standing in the same dark forest where I believed Evander's powers had taken him. I wandered through the trees for what felt like hours. There was no sign of him. Eventually, I came across a quiet stream. Exhausted, I sat on the riverbank and let the cool breeze wash over me. For the first time in weeks, everything was still. Then I heard laughter. A familiar laugh. My heart skipped. It sounded exactly like Evander. I smiled to myself. No, I whispered. I'm imagining things. Then I heard it again. Clear as day. Mom, is that you? I froze. My breath caught in my throat. It couldn't be, could it? Mom? I called, confused. Is that really you? Zia looked at me. Let's go see, she said. We started walking toward the sound, slowly making our way through the trees. Then I saw someone stand up beside the stream. My heart stopped. It really was her. Mom, I shouted. I ran as fast as I could and threw my arms around her. I hugged her so tightly that she let out a small gasp. Evander, she laughed breathlessly. How am I supposed to breathe if you won't let go? I quickly loosened my grip, laughing for the first time in what felt like forever. When I finally stepped back, I turned toward Zia. Mom, this is Zia. Zia smiled. It's nice to meet you. Talia smiled back warmly. It's nice to meet you too. I'm Talia. After a moment, I looked back at her. How did you get here? I used my gift, she replied. I guessed your powers had brought you back to this forest. Her smile faded. But the king is looking for you. I sighed. Right, you're supposed to be in prison. Oh, yeah, she rested a hand on my shoulder. Come back with me. Tell them your powers acted on their own. Once they know what happened, you can return here. I wasn't so sure it would be that simple. I don't know, I said quietly. I looked down at the ground. I really don't want to go back. Talia's expression softened. I know, but if you don't, she continued, they'll believe I broke you out of prison. You didn't. I know you didn't, she said. But the king doesn't. I sighed. The last thing I wanted was for Talia to be punished because of me. I closed my eyes for a moment before nodding. Okay, I'll go. A small smile appeared on her face. Thank you. I wasn't doing it for the king. I wasn't doing it for the academy. I was doing it for my mom. Talia helped me return because I still didn't fully know how to control my traveling gift. She came with me, making sure I arrived safely. Before we left, I hugged Zia goodbye. We'll be back, I promised. She smiled. I'll be waiting. When we returned, I explained everything to King Eldrick. To my surprise, he believed me. Once everything was settled, Talia helped me travel back to Ravenhollow. She stood beside me for a moment before speaking. I need some time alone, she said quietly. I looked at her, confused. I'll be back, she promised with a gentle smile. I just have a journey I need to take on my own. I nodded, even though I didn't really understand. Then she was gone. So I stayed in Ravenhollow with Zia, her mother, Celeste, and her father, Crystal. For the first time in a long while, I felt like I had found another place I could call home.